MSU TV is on the air, bringing you the best student-produced educational, entertaining, and informative programming. Broadcasting out of Breckenridge Hall on the campus of Morehead State University, MSU TV is signing on.
Good evening and welcome to NewsCenter. I'm Kyle McKenzie.
And I'm Shelby Still. This is your news for December 8th, 2011. According to Virginia Tech University, a police officer has been fatally shot at approximately 1:30 p.m. on their campus. The shooting is the second violent assault there since 2007. The officer was running a routine traffic stop in the Coliseum parking lot. NewsCenter talked to students to find out their feelings on the tragedy and how safe they feel at MSU.
I had not heard about the shootings at Virginia Tech, and I feel safe here. I always see a lot of campus police driving around, but now I definitely feel a little bit more scared walking around at night maybe, but I think they did a really good job.
Yeah, I still feel relatively safe here on campus because I live in Cartmel right outside the University Police Department, and I see police here all the time. I've never really felt any imminent threat or danger, so I still feel like our campus is safe. I don't think it affects our campus to much extent, really.
Yes, I feel very safe on Morehead's campus because it's very protected. There's places all around campus that you can go to notify the police if you're in any danger.
I feel very safe here at Morehead State. There's spots outside, posts that you can emergency call the police station. The police station's on campus and they patrol regularly, and also these are very nice people here. I feel very safe.
Yes, I do actually. The campus safety system here I think is really good. We have the poles around campus. You hit the button if you need anything, and campus police are always really fast to respond to anything, and they've always been really helpful to me. So I feel really safe here.
Absolutely, I feel safe. I have the utmost confidence in the Morehead State Police Force and Chief Matt Sparks, and I've been in the police department. I've seen they have surveillance on every corner of campus and know what's going on at all times, so I've never felt safer as a student.
I do feel very safe. I feel like Morehead State University does a very good job of keeping us safe here on campus with the combination of the administration and the campus police force here, so I feel very comfortable here on campus.
Witnesses reported to police the shooter fled on foot toward a parking lot. Authorities have now lifted the lockdown at Virginia Tech. They believe the gunman has committed suicide. However, at the time of this broadcast, there has been not a confirmed report.
Just before the Christmas break, the Department of Interdisciplinary Studies held a Merry vs. Christmas student forum. NewsCenter has more on the story.
The Forum on Culture, Politics, and Society is a current events forum that sponsors discussion of contemporary issues and organizes visits by external speakers to the Morehead State University campus. The Forum on Culture, Politics, and Society is committed to raising the profile of public discourse on the Morehead State University campus and serves primarily as a vehicle for MSU faculty to bring their expertise to the discussion of public issues. The final meeting of the Forum on Culture, Politics, and Society was held last Tuesday in Breck 002. The forum featured Dr. Scott Davison of the Philosophy Department and Rick Carrick of the Interdisciplinary Studies Department. The two professors debated Santa Claus and Jesus. The forum, Merry vs. Christmas, focused primarily on the history of Santa Claus and the history of Jesus. Carrick took on the topic of Santa, while Davison held the discussion of Jesus. Carrick brought up his own personal beliefs, stating that he never introduced Christmas as being a religious holiday to his children. He made up mythical creatures for every holiday, and his daughters never thought any different. Davison didn't focus solely on the Christian aspect of religion, but primarily the history in general. He said if he brought it up on a specifically religious aspect, there would be too many different denominations to take into account. Approximately 90 students showed up to the forum, which is the most they had received all year.
For further information on the forum, contact Rick Carrick at 606-783-2144.
The Morehead State chapter of the Association of Computer Machinery held a tournament in Ada last night for the video game Super Smash Bros. Brawl. The event was $5 to enter and featured both singles and doubles brackets. The winners of each bracket would be awarded a cash prize based on the turnout. The tournament was a double elimination and best out of 3 to give a fair representation of players' strengths and weaknesses. The Association of Computer Machinery says they are not in process of planning future events for next semester, and you can visit them on Facebook at Morehead State ACM for more information.
And we'll be right back after the break with Dawn Young and a quick look at weather.
What's wrong, dude? Second guessing that cheeseburger? Maybe you should take another look at that before you eat it.
Don't eat me!
Now how could you be thinking of eating that when really you're thinking of a slow-cooked chili-covered Geodog with cheese with your selected choice of chips? Throw that thing away.
Located on the first floor behind the elevator. What about me?
If you enjoy watching and analyzing movies, the Film Studies minor would be great for you. The Film Studies minor recognizes the importance of film literacy in the digital age and offers students the critical skills they will need to productively engage in the mass-mediated world of the 21st century. In class, you may observe movies such as Seven, Blade Runner, Taxi Driver, and Dirty Harry. For further information, contact the Director of Film Studies, Jeffrey Hill, at j.hill@moreheadstate.edu.
Do you feel like playing video games? Or surfing the internet? But you need to study? If you're having trouble focusing on what's important, you may suffer from ADHD. Stop by the Cottle Health Clinic located in Allie Young Hall between 8 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. or call 783-2055 to make an appointment.
Hey, what you got there?
This is a list of school supplies that I need, and I can't find them.
Wonder where you can find them.
Okay, great. The university books.
That's right, they got everything.
Welcome back to NewsCenter. I'm Don Young. Right now it's a pretty nice day outside. It's clear, the sun's out, overall gorgeous. Definitely an improvement from all that rain we've seen the past couple days. It's turned the whole town into a big mud hole. But luckily, temperature's around 40 today, so overall pretty warm day, sunshine, nothing really to worry about today. Dew point's around 26, so it's about average for the kind of day we're having. Record temperatures was set back in 2009 at 78, and that's where we're going to be today. Let's take a look at the Doppler radar. Taking a look at the dual polarity Doppler radar courtesy of WKYT, you can see that it's pretty clear across the Commonwealth. There's not much of anything going on the west or eastern end of the state, so it's about time to get rid of all that rain. That's pretty much what I have to say. Let's take a look at the temperatures across the Commonwealth. As you can see, Louisville temperatures around 46 degrees. Bowling Green, seeing temperatures around 45. London, temperatures around 41. Lexington, the cool spot at 40 up with their Covington. Frankfort, seeing temperatures around 42. Looking over in Jackson, we're seeing temperatures around 42 as well, and temperatures in Ashland around 41. So it's nice to finally see some sunshine after all this rain we've had. But for now, let's take it over to NewsCenter Notices with Shelby Steele.
Welcome to NewsCenter Notices. This week we have Angela Hardesty, who is the president of NBS. Welcome to the show, Angela.
Thank you for having me, Shelby.
So just tell me about MBS and what you guys do?
Well, the National Broadcasting Society is just an organization. It's a student organization on campus for students that are either a media major or electronic media, writing, journalism, anything that has that like-minded major that would have to do with that media.
So how do you join MBS?
Well, currently I'm the president, so people would just come to me. I would give them an application, and they would have to pay $50, and that would be for 1 year. And I would just send off that information, and they'd be a member, and they would just have to attend meetings once a month.
So do you have to be in a communications major to join?
No, you don't. You just have to have that interest.
So what other things does MBS do on campus?
Well, on campus last semester we participated in a fundraising event for the Japan Relief Fund with the Red Cross. We had a gift card raffle, so we raised proceeds from that and we sent that off to the Red Cross, which aided that effort. But off campus, it was people, in our program, we actually went to Nashville and got to go to a convention where we met with producers. There was a guy from Disney and there was a guy from Clear Channel Radio, and they talked and we got to learn about what the future might hold for us.
How do you think MBS helps the students in the future?
Well, like I said, that convention that we went to, we did get to hear a lot of feedback, and we got to ask questions about what the future might be like, the current job market in that department. But there are competitions, semi-annual competitions where you can put any category from documentary to creative writing, like short stories, just anything like that. You can submit an episode of like a local television show. Like I know we have submitted an episode of Hear Me Roar, and winning awards through that, it looks really good on an application or a resume. But also you get critiqued on your work, and they give you feedback that if you were to send a portfolio to a job and you didn't get it, they might not tell you why. You just will know, okay, well maybe they just didn't like it. But you'll get feedback, and that helps you improve your work.
So, Angela, what other things are you involved with on campus?
Well, I'm actually going to be the producer and host of Hear Me Roar, the local show here on MSU TV that are on Wednesdays. I did that in the past, and they're having me do it again.
How do you think being the producer, the president, and host of all these things will help you in the future?
Definitely, it shows me leadership skills. It helps me like I get to delegate things, I get to kind of lead other people, and it gives me a lot of confidence that is definitely going to help me when I enter the workforce.
So what do you plan to do when you enter the workforce?
I really have no idea what's going to lie in store for me. I definitely want to go to grad school eventually, but I'm hoping to intern at a few radio stations in Louisville and hopefully work there.
Alrighty, well thank you for coming on the show this week.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we'll be right back after the break with Dawn Young and another look at weather and Cecil Program with sports.
When you got some homework and you need a place to go, when you're working on a project and your computer is slow, there's a little place on campus that I think that you should know about. The first story of the library is what I'm talking about. Walk past Java City and then you will see the new commons area is where you should be. They got computers and printers, couches, tables and more. It's the perfect place to go for study time galore.
Hey man, you're not supposed to be smoking on campus. Don't listen to him. It isn't like anyone's gonna know he's smoking a cigarette. That's a really bad idea. Remember, Morehead State University is a tobacco-free campus.
Please don't throw that trash on the ground. I know someone is watching you now. Recycle man, recycle man. Please take care of all your waste in a responsible way. Recycle.
Do you ever feel like you're moving slow when it comes to finding the information you need on the internet? Well, visit Camden Carroll Library, located in between Alley Young and Fields Hall.
With several floors of books, you're sure to find what you're looking for. Don't lose sleep looking for information. Visit the Camden Carroll Library, and you're sure to find just what you're looking for.
Call for a ride from the shuttle at 606-783-8747, Sunday through Thursday, 7 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Welcome back to NewsCenter. I'm Don Young. Current conditions outside, it's a nice sunny day. It's a little on the cool side, temperatures around 40 degrees, but we're not going to be seeing much of an improvement on temperatures for the next couple days. But we have seen about all the rain we need to see for the next few. It's nice and clear outside. The humidity is around 56%, which is about average for the type of day we're having. Winds are calm, so nothing to worry about there. Overall, a gorgeous day outside. As you see the Doppler radar, there's not anything going on. It's nice and clear across the state. Not even a small pop-up shower anywhere, so a gorgeous day across the Commonwealth. Taking a look at the temperatures across the Commonwealth, you can see that down in Bowling Green, temperatures around 45. Louisville seeing temperatures of around 46. Lexington and Covington, the cool spots, are both seeing temperatures of around 40. Frankfort seeing temperatures around 42, as well as Jackson over here. London seeing temperatures around 41, with Ashland same. Overall, in the mid to low 40s all across the state, but still an overall nice day with that sunshine we're seeing. Taking a look at the national temperatures, you can see down south it has cooled off vastly from last week, going from temperatures around in the 80s to down in the lower 70s and upper 60s, even dropping into the 50s in some places. Our temperatures all around the 40s and 50s in our area. If you move out west, it's much colder, and this is where a pretty good sized snowstorm is hitting right over Nebraska and Iowa, so they're seeing some large storms. Let's take a closer look at that. As you can see, there's a large snowstorm, and it's going to kind of work its way over this way, which may affect us here in Kentucky and may not. We're still trying to see exactly what route that storm is going to take. But looking into next Tuesday, we're going to be seeing that cloud coverage move into the area. As you can see, the storm is much bigger than it looks just on the other one, but that cloud coverage is going to work its way over. We're going to see a little bit of it tomorrow, but we're not going to see any of the main storm until around next Tuesday, so that's pretty good. At least we'll have a few days of sunshine before the rain and snow moves back in. Looking at tonight, it's going to be light, clear, low winds, temperatures around 23 degrees, so pretty cool for tonight. And then tomorrow it's going to be warming up just a little bit, going into 44 with partly cloudy weather, and then moving into Saturday and the weekend you're going to see some nicer things. Friday, we're going to be seeing temperatures around 44 with a low of 24 with partly cloudy weather. Saturday, a high of 35, sunny with a low of 20. Sunday, a little bit warmer with a high of 42 and a low of 19. Monday, another sunny day with a high of 47 and a low of 24. Tuesday, like I said, we're going to be seeing that storm kind of move in and see some cloud coverage move into the area with a high of 48 and a low of 30. So I'm glad the rain's out of the area and we're seeing some sunshine. But for now, let's take it to Cecil Pergram with sports.
Your home for the Morehead State Eagles, this is NewsCenter Sports.
The Morehead State men's basketball team's record fell to 4-6 overall with a 78-73 loss to Illinois State last night in Johnson Arena. The Eagles trailed by as many as 17 points in the second half, but the Eagles' hard-nosed defense played a role in cutting the Redbirds' lead down to 2 multiple times inside of the final 2 minutes. But in the end, the Eagles' rally came up just short. Junior Marcel Holden had a career-high 21 points. Senior guard Ty Profit also added 18 for the Eagles. MSU will look to bounce back this Saturday when South Dakota visits Morehead. Tip-off is scheduled for 7 p.m. Morehead State junior forward Linda Dixon had her first double-double of the year behind a game-high 19 points and 10 rebounds. But the Xavier women's basketball team still edged out a 71-66 victory over the visiting Eagles. The Musketeers shot 54% from the field. Meanwhile, the Eagles only hit 36% from the floor. With the loss, MSU's record fell to 2-7 on the season. The Eagles will now turn their attention to a road matchup with Duquesne this Sunday. Game time is set for 2 p.m. With Morehead State football coach Matt Bauer's contract set to expire after this season, rumors were swirling concerning the future of the Eagle football program. Morehead State Athletic Director Brian Hutchinson put an end to those rumors early this week by announcing the field boss's deal would be extended through the 2012 season. In 18 seasons, Matt Bauer has won 98 games at the helm of the Eagles program. The Eagles finished 3-6 in 2011, but 4 of those losses came by 4 points or less. The MSU Volleyball Eagles seen their season come to an end in the first round of the NCAA tournament. The Eagles lost to 8th-ranked Purdue 3-0. The Boilermakers played well above the net, earning 11.5 blocks in the first 2 sets. The Eagles did play the Boilermakers to a 23-22 score in the 3rd set before the Big Ten Player of the Year Ariel Turner finished off the Eagles' season with a kill. The Eagles finished the season with a 26-8 mark, setting an OVC record for the most conference wins in a single season along the way. And now it's time for world-famous sports trivia. How many current NFL head coaches spent time at MSU as assistants before trading Saturdays for Sundays? A, 1, 2, B, 2, C, 3, or D, none? Trey, what do you think?
I'm gonna have to go with B on this one. I know one for a fact, but I don't know about the second one.
I'm gonna go with C.
I'm gonna go with B and say 2.
Okay, the answer is C. The Eagles have a long football history dating back all the way to 1927. Since then, the Eagles have had many distinguished players on their team, including coaches. Mike Smith was an assistant for the Eagles way back in 1986. He is currently the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. The Baltimore Ravens head coach John Harbaugh, he was involved with the program during the 1986 season. And finally, the New York Jets' Rex Ryan was a defensive coordinator here from 1990 till the 93. And now we'll be right back after the break.
Are you a little low on cash and need something as simple as a few pencils? Maybe you want something to entertain you and a friend. Or maybe you need something like a pair of shoes. Well, stop by the Career Center, located across the street from Baird Music Hall, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, and take a look at the free suit bank with a nice selection of suits, coats, dresses, and more. And all of this for free, only at the Career Center.
The Morehead State University Space Science Center has been established to provide a research and educational facility with state-of-the-art laboratories for undergraduate students in space science. The Star Theater located inside functions as a classroom and public entertainment room featuring laser light shows and 3D movies. To contact the Space Science Center, call 606-783-2381. For events in the Star Theater, call 606-783-9593. At the Kentucky Center for Traditional Music, we preserve and develop the art form and represent our cultural heritage through performance, educational outreach, and interaction with the community in the MSU service region and beyond.
When you're thirsty, are you going to depend on a crumpled old dollar? Remind yourself to always bring your Eagle card. Hey dude, I think you're forgetting something. Always keep beaker bucks loaded onto your Eagle card just in case. It's the fastest way to make all of your on-campus purchases.
The Los Angeles City voted unanimously to support a resolution calling for a constitutional amendment that would assert that corporations are not entitled to constitutional rights and that money is not the same as free speech. The resolution was backed by Move to Amend, a national coalition working to abolish corporate personhood and overturn U.S. Supreme Court's controversial Citizens United ruling. The decision gave corporations and unions the ability to spend unlimited amounts of money to influence elections, so long as their actions are not coordinated with a candidate's campaign.
A defense bill has been ignited a large debate over treatment of terrorist suspects. The bill approved by the Senate includes a provision that will require the military to arrest terrorist suspects in the United States and detain them indefinitely without trial. The intensity of the debate is primarily about how the law could affect U.S. citizens. It raises questions about freedoms that are a major part of our civil rights. Advocates say the changes affirm tools the government already has. Critics say the provisions are too broad, allowing the president to define who is an enemy combat.
Mumia Abu-Jamal was spared the death penalty in the murder of a Philadelphia police officer on Wednesday. The Philadelphia District Attorney says he'll spend the rest of his life in prison. Only freedom will satisfy supporters of Abu-Jamal, who maintain that Abu-Jamal was framed because of an activist criticism and claims of brutality by Philadelphia police. On Wednesday, Faulkner's widow, Maureen, says she accepted the decision not to pursue the death penalty, but noted, "My family and I have endured a 3-decade ordeal at the hands of Mumia Abu-Jamal, his attorneys, and his supporters."
Last Thursday night, the Student Programming Board hosted their second annual Morehead's Got Talent contest. NewsCenter's Ariel Ross has more on the story.
This is the second year students have been showcasing their talents for campus and community members to see, and also for a chance to win some money. Margot Hunt, SPB's Entertainment Events Coordinator, spoke with us about this year's show and ones to come.
Board. So I was responsible for hosting it this year. We had a lot of great talent, and I'm so excited for years to come because it has grown exponentially since last year.
10 acts took the stage to compete for first place, but at the end of the night, only one of those acts could claim that spot. Cole and Kay, students here at MSU, won $500 with an original song they've been practicing for years.
Well, over years, we're cousins, so we've practiced a lot since we've been kids.
We do a lot of shows and gigs and stuff like that, so we get practice all the time, really.
Oh, gosh.
I can't believe it, honestly. It's a big blessing to have that title.
Talent was extremely, extremely well, so it's hard to picture ourselves in first place. So
everyone was awesome.
Second place went home with $300, and third place with $100. For NewsCenter, this is Ariel Ross.
On behalf of John Young with weather and Cecil Pergram with sports, I'm Kyle McKenzie.
And I'm Shelby Still. Have a great evening.